You can show them God thinks that sinners' prayers are abomination, and they're gonna come up with some babble to try and justify it, and it won't make any sense. So as scripture says, do not, I will not suffer a woman to teach. Go back to 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Baba Gashaw. Let your woman learn what?
Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Keep silent in the churches. Keep going.
For it is not permitted.
You ain't got no permission. Access denied. Shut your mouth. So then denied. You know what I'm saying? And when we say let your, you're not permitted to speak. It's you're not permitted to teach. You know what I'm saying? You can ask questions. You know what I'm saying? We encourage you to ask questions. But it's not, hey, well, I know this and not. No. You are not, you don't have authority to what? You don't have permission to what?
Unto them.
No, you don't have permission to what?
To speak.
Yeah. Just be quiet. You got something, Shapat? Yeah, we're gonna finish. Okay. All right, I know you. All right. Keep going.
But they are commanded.
They're suggested.
They are commanded.
You can't tell me nothing.
But they are commanded.
You ain't my daddy.
But they are commanded.
You going.
But they are commanded to be under obedience.
Man, hey. That's tough. That's tough for a lot of sisters. Not in here though. You know what I'm saying? The sisters that come in here, they shed themselves of the, you know what I'm saying, the old woman, and they come in here and they become brand new. You know what I'm saying? They come in here and be brand new, and they take all this stuff to heart. You know how I know? Because I didn't see not one sister say, was on Meg Thee Stallion's side. Not in the school. There's a whole lot of Eves out there that was, forgive my speech, but butthurt over the breakup. Over a man getting another woman. When this has been happening since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Finish out this last part, Baba Shaw.
As also saith the law.
As also saith the law. This is the law. You know what I'm saying? This is written in our Constitution that a woman's supposed to shut her mouth when when it comes to the Bible. When it comes to the Bible, I'm being very crystal clear. When it comes to the Bible, just fall back.
Hey, Shalom, Yahanna. You don't have no sound, Kakum. I can't hear you.
All right, Salaki. Yahanna. What's going on, Adawan?
Yeah. Shalom, what's going on? Go ahead, clap it up for the class.
Well.
Most High Christ. Is the young man up there in there with you?
He might be popping in.
Okay, Most High
but not yet.
No sweat. We're gonna go ahead and go on with the class. If anyone has any questions, then make sure you ask your questions. This is the Wednesday night law class. Tonight's topic, I put it on ours to come on my on the I.S.U.P.K Kansas City's page about integration. Right today, a historic landmark decision was made by the Supreme Court. They decided to strike down what would this have been? 61 years. The 61-year Voting Rights Act that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement of the 1960s marched and died for. That was struck down today by the Supreme Court. Give me an article and a video, if you don't mind, could come. An article and a video about that landmark decision today of how they gutted the Voting Rights Act of 1965 I mean, literally, this is not me just making this up, or this isn't conjecture. This is what happened. The brother's going to get the article and the video, so everyone can see the news reporting it. So you don't think this is just some crazy niggas talking, right? Today that happened could come Gabar. I want you to get, when you find that, I want you to give me Ecclesiastic, because we're going to go straight into it and go over how you should never trust thine enemies, because that is a historic mistake that blacks and Latinos have made, since Egypt. We've decided to trust our enemies. We always want to go back and join our enemies, love our enemies, be with our enemies. The one thing you have to understand about this place is this people that rule over us are our enemies. Because of the Christian church and the curse of freedom and democracy of America, so many of our people believe that we are, hey, shalom, mighty man. I see the young man in there. Shalom,
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
Young man.
Hey, shalom.
What's going on, soldier?
Yeah, Bashem Yashad Brakatah. I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Did you hear about the Supreme Court's landmark decision today? Brother, today are you familiar with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Voting Rights Act of 1965? Do you know what the Voting Rights Act did for black people and Latinos and white women? It gave minorities the right to vote. Okay, well, today, the Supreme Court, they gutted that right to vote for minorities.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah. Now, just remember this, brother. For what, 10 years? I believe Dr. King's career was started in 1955. 1965 is when the Voting Rights Act was passed. So for 10 years, this brother goes throughout the entire United States South of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and he decides to recruit black college students, black 17 and 18 and 19-year-old kids in this civil rights march for justice, for jobs, and for voting rights. This started in the 1950s, right? Remember in 1955, that was when Rosa Parks, who was, infamous for not giving up her seat on the bus in Alabama, in Montgomery, Alabama, or I'm sorry, Selma, Alabama. That's when Dr. King came in with the SCLC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And that's when that civil rights movement started. And they began to use her as the linchpin for the bus boycotts of the South in 1955. It lasted 385 days, right? And then after those 385 days, what happened? Black people own their own buses. What happened after those 385 days of the Montgomery bus boycotts?
Not sure.
Okay, Gabar, do you know?
Say the question one more time, because you kind of
what happened after here? Let me talk into the mic some more. What happened after the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott? It lasted, I want to say, 385 days. What happened after the Montgomery bus boycott?
Well, pretty much, get me right if I'm wrong, we weakened their busing system. They lost money,
Yes, that's true.
And at that point in time, it was a great time where we could have stepped in and did our own thing. But of course, we love our oppressors so much. We just wanted to be loved by the white man.
And so what happened at the end of the Montgomery bus boycott? We didn't get our own bus system. We didn't own our own buses. So what did we do at the end of the Montgomery bus boycott? What happened?
We marched on Washington, right?
No. This was in 1955. This is in 1963. This is 8 years before the March on Washington even happened, was even conceptualized. At the end of the Montgomery bus boycott, after Rosa Parks was used as the linchpin for civil rights on buses, black people went from sitting on the back of the bus to sitting on the front of the bus. Now we can sit wherever we want on the bus, right? That was the beginning of Dr. King's career. Well, 10 years later, he went and met with Lyndon Baines Johnson, and he signed a Voting Rights Act of 1965 or 1964. I can't remember. I think it was 1965, right? That gave minorities the rights to vote, because all throughout the South, Black people, Latinos, were not allowed to vote. There was a test that you would have to take. There was these silly tests that white Southerners and white local districts would make Black people take in order for you to go and vote. They would say you had to tell me how many pieces of sand are on the beach. This is a real test. You can look this up. You can look up the voting test of Black people in the South in America, and it is going to say on the first question, the second or third question, how many pieces of sand are on the beach, how many stars are in the sky. It was an absolute you weren't going to get it right on purpose test just so you didn't vote. Mm-hmm. And so it was something called voter suppression, right? And they suppressed the rights in the South for minorities to vote, for Blacks and Latinos to vote. Well, Dr. King's career was built on, his career was, he was the pioneer of getting minorities the right to vote, which is why it's the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act. It's all to do with civil rights, which includes everybody. It's not Black rights. It's civil rights. It's for every minority. Do you know who benefited more from the Civil Rights Act? I think that's the 1964. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, also Lyndon Baines Johnson. White women benefit the most from the Civil Rights Movement and from the Civil Rights Act of 1964 than any other minority. Right? That is the memory of Dr. King. Well, let me show you something. Do you have the article, Kakam? I'm going to show you what else is the memory of Dr. King.
If this is the one, let's get it. Supreme Court limits key provisions of the landmark Voting Rights Act. The decision could touch off a scramble by Republicans to redraw majority-minority congressional districts, especially in the South, that could cost many Black Democrats their seats.
Now, before you keep going, Kakam, so this has to do with what do they call? Is it gerrymandering? I think it's called gerrymandering, Kakam. Young man, and get me right, I think it's called gerrymandering. It's what Virginia just did to give the Democratic Party more congressional seats for election time. Texas has done the, Texas and California has done the same thing. Excuse me. Texas has done it for Republicans, Californians, in response to what the Texas Republicans did. They have done it for the Democrats. Well, guess what Virginia did? The Virginia governor, she did the same thing last week for the Democrats. She made the map. Kansas City is in the process of doing the same thing. You might want to look up your city. Y'all cities out there doing the same thing. What is this for? All of it is vain if you're Black and Hispanic. This only means something if you're white or if you're a Black person or Latino person that has access to power, meaning you're a politician like the Congressional Black Caucus. This is who this will affect. Give me some more Black congressmen or politicians. Cory Booker, right? Who else? What's the sister's name? Jasmine Crockett, who lost to a white man. She got beat in Texas by a white man. All right. So, which I saw coming. All right. So this only affects Black politicians. But with Black politicians, they're going to make this bigger than what it is for the average, common, everyday Black person that just is trying to survive off of $4 a gallon of gas. Gas is $4 a gallon. And it's going up. It's 100. Brent crude oil today struck $120 a barrel. Why that idiot that you white men voted for, Donald Trump, as he's trying to tell the public of America that they are winning this war with Iran. Iran is keeping those Straits of Hormuz closed for American interests. American business interests, you are not allowed to buy oil through the or send oil through the Straits of Hormuz. Why? Because they are crippling the American economy. That's what Iran is doing. And what are you doing? Worrying about voting for what?
Right.
Voting for what? What are you voting for? The Supreme Court, who is the highest court in the land. Those 9 justices, what did they do? And remind you, remember, there are 2 black Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court. Ketanji Brown and Uncle Clarence Thomas Coon of the century. These are 2 black people on the Supreme Court justice. Are they looking out for the best interests of black people or minorities? No, because voting and civil rights and the Montgomery bus boycott, all of that was in vain. It means nothing. Listen to what this person just said. Somebody just said, oh, I can't click on it. You got to go to the comments. Come show the comments. Concerned Citizen said, it don't mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing if you're black and Hispanic. That's what Voting Rights Act means. It means nothing. It means nothing to go out and be black and vote. What does your vote do for you and your condition of your people since 1965? The black community has progressively gotten worse since 1965. That was 61 years ago. It has gotten worse in 6 decades. Every decade, every generation, worse. Shalom, Yah Bashim to the trooper calling in Kansas City. Shalom, sister Bashamath in Dallas, Texas. It has gotten worse. Every decade, every generation, more dope, more lazy. The generations after every generation get more lazy. No jobs. Black women who vote got fired by their boss, Donald Trump. Damn near 500,000 black women who are more educated than white men got fired by Donald Trump. Did black women vote for Donald Trump? No, they didn't. They voted for who? Who did black women vote for in this past election last year or 2 years ago now?
Kamala Harris.
They voted for who they thought was a black woman, Kamala Harris. Did their vote matter? Did it matter who they showed up to the voting polls for? No, because they still got fired by their boss, who they did not vote for. Voting is nothing if you're black. It means nothing if you're poor either. If you're a white poor man, voting don't mean nothing to you either. Voting is nothing, right? White poor men in the South didn't vote for Abraham Lincoln, yet he still won. Voting has nothing to do with your vote. For the average, everyday, poor, common folks vote. Voting means something to the rich, to Elon Musk, to Apple, to Steve Jobs, to Bill Gates, to Jeff Bezos. That's what voting means something to them, but it means nothing to us. Why did I bring this story up? Give me Ecclesiasticus. The young man can do it. Come to ball. Give me never trust thine enemy.
Yeah, 12 and 10.
Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Right? The Bible warns us against doing something that the black Christian church has taught us to do since slavery. Right? There's something that we are taught in the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Because of the failings of our religious beliefs, they teach us one of the major tenets in the Christian church is to not only love your enemy, not only to love the man who oppresses you, but there's something else they taught us to do since slavery. Read what that thing is that they taught us to do, young man.
There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. For never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy. The Christian church have taught us to love our enemy and to trust our enemy. God said, the Bible says to do what, Ark?
Never trust thine enemy.
You know what Dr. King's problem was? His problem was that he trusted his enemy. You know what Malcolm X's problem was? His problem was that he, was that he trusted his enemy. You know what the Black Christian church's problem is? They teach Black children, they teach Black people and Latino people to trust our enemy. God said to never trust our enemy. That's what the Bible just said. Why does it say to never trust your enemy? Keep going.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Do you know why you can never trust white people? You know why you can never trust the Asians? Do you know why you can never trust an African? You know why you can never trust the Arabs? Because they are wicked. That's why. They're wicked. They don't have the laws of God the way we have the laws of God. Shalom, Sister Yapashiar. They don't have the laws of God. They're not God's chosen people. They're not your kinsmen according to the flesh. They're not your brothers or your people or your relatives, your close relatives. That's not who heathens are. They're heathens. They don't have a law that tells them what they can and cannot eat. They have no dietary law. A Moabite, a Chinese will eat anything. An Arab will eat anything. They don't have the culture that God gave us according to his rules, according to his law. So what does that mean for them? They are wicked. They're wicked. Right. That's why rape is a part of their culture. Homosexuality, dalliances. That's why getting high is a part of their culture. Weed is a part of their... Brother, do you know that weed is a god to the East Indians? Hashishim is a god to the East Indians. Well, I shouldn't say Hashishim because that's assassin in their culture. But the weed that you smoke, ganja, that is a god to a people. Getting high is unlawful to us. You are forbidden to get high, prohibited to get high, according to our God and our culture, not according to their culture. Do you see that? We can't trust our enemy because they are not us. They are wicked. Right. They don't have the same rules as we have. You understand that? They don't have the same rules as us. They don't have the same God as us. They're not the same people as us. There is nothing stopping a Moabite from harassing your children, from abusing your children. There's nothing stopping a white man that's going to take an AR-15 to a Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York, and unalive every Black person in the grocery store. That's his culture. The white man's culture is to be violent, to be a murderer on the earth, to steal everyone's culture, to destroy everyone, to weaken everyone, to abuse everyone, to molest everyone, to rape everyone, and to murder everyone. That's the white man's culture. We don't have that culture. We're a civilized people. The problem with these other nations, they are not civilized. God told us a long time ago to do what?
Never trust thine enemy.
Sometimes trust your enemies.
Never trust thine enemy.
Sometimes trust, say never. Sometimes trust your enemies.
Never.
If they give you civil rights, trust your enemies.
Never.
If their daughters have sex with you, trust your enemies.
Never.
If they tell you they love you, trust your enemies.
Never.
God said to never trust thine enemies. Because like as iron rusted, you know what iron is? Iron is metal. It's metal. Metal is going to rust. It's a guarantee. Why? Because of science. It's a scientific process that happens to all metal. It's going to rust. Well, guess what that means about your oppressor? For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Just like metal is going to rust over a period of time, give the white man long enough, he's going to be evil. He's going to be wicked. He's going to shoot up a school. He's itching to do it because it's his nature. Precept, the wicked are estranged from the womb. There's something fundamentally wrong with the white man. It's something fundamentally wrong with our oppressor. It's something he can't help. He can't help how God created him. You hear how Black people say, the LGBT community says, well, I can't help it because God made me this way. Brother, if God made RuPaul to be a sodomite, if you believe, this is how you will cut somebody in the world, young man. They are going to tell you, God made me homosexual. God made me to like men. God made me a woman trapped in a man's body. Then you're going to respond and say, well, if God made you gay, doesn't that also mean that God made the white man the devil? That God made the white man uncivilized? God made him a brute beast made to heal? Isn't that what God made the white man? Now, you just can only imagine what their answer is going to be. Because in their selfish mind and their lascivious mind, A sodomite is only thinking about his lusts, but he's not thinking about the fact that if God made me gay, doesn't that mean God made Peyton Gendron the devil? Doesn't that mean God made Donald Trump evil and wicked? Because if God made white people evil, if white people were made to be wicked, made to be the devil, made to be the murderer, what does that mean about us? It means that he also created a people that was made to rule over them. That means that ruling over your oppressor is your God-given right. It's your manifest destiny. Isn't that what that means? If God could make you a homosexual, that's how if you believe he created you, I believe God created the white man to be the devil the Bible speaks of. It says
That's right.
says it so in the Bible. Well, let me tell you something, brother. If God created the white man to be the devil, then he created my people to rule over them. He created my people to heal, bring them to heal. Isn't that what Hillary Clinton said about black children in 1986 and 1993? She said that these are animals. These are just, these are dogs that need to heal. That's what she said about
predators.
Say it again, Kakam.
She called us super predators. Wasn't that her?
Could you imagine a world where a white woman calls your children super predators? Your children are super predators. Meanwhile, the white man who's in office now is a convicted rapist, is a convicted sexual offender, and he's still president of the United States. She married a man who's in the Epstein files, Hillary Clinton, and she knew Epstein before Bill Clinton. And she has the gall to call black people super predators. Could you imagine a world that you live in where the white man has the audacity to call anyone anything evil when he is the epitome of evil? He's the epitome of wickedness. He's the epitome of sin. He's the man of perdition. And he has the nerve to call. You know why? Because you have Uncle Tom stepping fetching leaders like Dr. King, who did what? Finish my thought. What did Dr. King do? What did he do? He did what to his enemy?
Trusted his enemy.
He trusted his enemy. He trusted the wicked, young man. You understand that?
Right.
The man that was made by God to be evil, to be unjust, to be a devil and a murderer and a liar. Your leaders in the Christian church, they trust them. They trust them. They go against what God said in the Bible. Because God said to
never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemies. Never trust them. For like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Read one more verse on after that.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
You see what that just said? Excuse me. It's like it's a little lion goes down crouching. What is the lion going down crouching to do? To make himself appear to be docile. What is the lion's nature? To hunt and to kill and to be vicious. Right. Like a lion crouching down. That's what the white man does. I didn't own slaves. It wasn't my people to own. It wasn't my forefathers that owned slaves. I'm not guilty of owning your people. We got to let bygones be bygones. We got to move on from this. Meanwhile, he's behind closed doors signing bills that strips away all of the black history in America. He's passing Supreme Court justices. It was Donald Trump that put Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court on the Supreme Court. That white woman who's the devil the Bible speaks of. I think Donald Trump put 4 Supreme Court justices on the Supreme Court. All for what? For your benefit? They're all for his benefit. And they're doing just what he wants. And he literally has an agenda of striking down anything that's beneficial to black people or Latinos or Native Indians. Do you want to know why? Because your black leaders in the 60s trusted a man like Donald Trump. They saw JFK and those smooth words. Give me that in Psalms. Give me their words were smooth as oil. Give me that in Psalms. That's what our problem is. You know what our problem is? Our problem is we have a issue of listening to what some politician says he's going to do. We have a problem with listening to preachers. We do it with black preachers. Black preachers haven't helped the black community in 60 years, 70 years, and we still go to church. We're still Christian in the majority because of his words, because of smooth words. Give the sister Yapashi our hand. We believe the smooth talk. We do. We hear a Christian preacher say, give her a hand. We hear a Christian preacher say, well, God loves everybody. Oh, you know, and Christian preachers talk a certain way. They go to school for it. They talk a certain way. They say, and you know, God, he tells you, he said to say this. And oh, God said this. And do you know when he said that he told Satan, have you tried my servant Job? You know what that means? That means that God is going to try you, but you got to rise up and they talk a certain way. The way Dr. King spoke, they spoke smooth words. Here we are, the UPK and the truth. We don't speak smooth words unless we're trying to get some tail. We don't speak smooth words. We out on the streets every week. This weekend, we're going to be here in Kansas City, Missouri, going out to camp on 31st and Prospect.
That's right.
And guess what we won't be doing, Kakam? Young man, we won't be speaking smooth words. We're going to be out there raising our voice and telling black people to wake the hell up. That's what we're going to be doing. Because our people, they don't need any more smooth talk. They need the truth. And the truth hurts. The truth is not smooth. It doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't give you promises of prosperity gospel. That's not the gospel. The gospel is the white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. And black people are the real Jews. That's the gospel. That's uncomfortable to hear. That's uncomfortable to hear how you're going to be a slave master in the future. How you're going to whip the skin off of Donald Trump's back in the future. That doesn't make people feel good, young man. You understand? Which is why no one listens. Well, yeah, that's why. Well, I ain't going to say no one listens to us because everyone listens to us. Tucker Carlson listens to the I.S.U.P.K. Do you understand?
Right.
Barack Obama listened to the I.S.U.P.K. When I say listen, meaning they don't ignore us. They may make you think, well, these are just some crazy niggas, but behind closed doors, do you know what they do? They pass policies and rules to have the FBI look into the I.S.U.P.K, to follow our generals around the country, and to put a probe into black extremist groups. That's why Vice, back in 2016, this is when I was coming into the truth, I remember seeing Captain Mashak Mayam on Vice. Do you understand how big that is?
Yep.
You know why? Because who was president then? Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, just like Barack Obama, hates the Israelites. He hates the Hebrew Israelites. And so they have the FBI and Homeland Security going to Captain Tazariak's house. Why? Because what we say is the truth, but it makes people feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel like, I don't know about this. The white man is the devil. Dr. King said to love every man, to not judge a man by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. Meanwhile, Dr. King is raping white women in a hotel room, Watergate in D.C. Right. That's what your judge a man by the content of his character. That's what your preachers are doing. I remember seeing a video of a preacher in the back seat of his car with a 16-year-old boy having sex with him. The cops pulled up on him. You can look this up now on YouTube. This was 2 years ago. This ain't like I'm talking back 15 years ago, like Eddie Long was 15 years ago. No, Eddie Longs are in the church everywhere across America. Right. Because they make us believe in smooth words. God doesn't want you to believe in smooth words. God wants you to know the truth, and the truth will make you free. That's what matters, is the truth. The truth is, voting is a waste of time. Integration was a waste of time. We integrated all for naught. It did us no benefit to integrate. None whatsoever. It would have been better if we stayed segregated. That would have been better. The brother asked about Hosea 4 and 6. Okay, after we read Psalms, we're going to go to Hosea 4 and 6. Do you have a question, call about Hosea 4 and 6? We're going to read it after we pull Psalms. Give me Psalms. What was the scripture to come? The words were smooth as butter.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Psalm chapter 55.
Yeah, 55.
And 21, is that it?
Come.
Read it to the young man. Read it.
Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Brother, the words of the white man's mouth are smooth as butter. They're smoother than butter. Let bygones be bygones. Oh, he said he just wanted to add that to the okay, no sweat out. Let's pull Hosea 4 and 6 after this, and then I'm gonna head out. Right? The Bible says, excuse me, their words were smooth as butter. Butter is smooth, it's delicious too. That's like how his words are in our ears. They're delicious to hear, and it's smooth. It's ooh. The white man is he can speak, right? JFK. I don't know if you ever heard something. Ask not what you can do for what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And they're just smooth words. You at camp and hear a white person speak, they sound like they are regretful. At the same time, they show so much pride. And my line can come when you're at camp. White people, especially a white woman or a white man, a white woman for sure, because she's already a woman. So she tries to break down your defenses by just being a woman. And they come up and say, but wait. But I've never owned slaves. Can we just get past this? Can we just stop this? We have to love each other. That's how white people's words are. They're smooth. Because in your mind, you're thinking, damn, you know what? She never owned slaves. She never owned my foot. For all I know, here you go. Now some ignorant niggas like, well, you know, for all I know, I don't even know if I was a slave. I don't even know. I'm the original man. I'm the original Indian. We were here before white people came. Slavery is, you know, there's a push. I wonder why. Now, think about who's in office right now. Who's president? This is no coincidence. There is an agenda right now in America where black people online are saying that they are not the descendants of slaves, but they were here before white people. Did you know that?
Right.
There's an agenda of black people, the tribe of Judah, who we all know came from the west coast of Africa in the transatlantic slave trade. Brother, there's an agenda right now on social media in the algorithm to push how black people, the tribe of Judah, the Negroes, how we weren't even associated with slavery. They're saying slavery was a hoax. I wonder why, Kakam. I wonder why that is.
Right.
You see, your oppressor's words are so smooth, he's going to convince even a small part of us that we were never even in slavery.
Right.
Do you know how smooth a nigga's, but excuse me. I've you know, tried to consider myself in my youth as a lover boy, someone who could just spit game to a sister. I guess my game wasn't that good, young man. You understand? It ain't that good. But nevertheless, I thought I could spit game, could come. Brother, here we are. The white man spits better game than us because I have never thought about just telling a lie. That's how good the white man's game is. The white man spits so smooth words. His words are so smooth that they don't even have to be based in fact. He just makes up something. There's this devil, John Doyle, on who's on The Blaze. He's a writer for The Blaze. You can look this cat up. Don't look him up on our shit because all he does for the entire month of February, every day, he said that he disproved Black history. Brother, do you know he said that Harriet Tubman's story didn't even exist? He said Harriet Tubman didn't free no slaves, even though there are documents, circus, historical records, newspapers, and the sister was a spy for the Union Army. And he just said all his videos for February, and I couldn't believe it. I should have believed it. I should have believed it because he's a white man. He's a white man. I said, God damn it, the white man strikes again. He is just gonna. It's why we think Jesus is white. This cat here, look at this. Put his comment on there. Concerned citizen. He said, no slave ships, though. Brother, do you know that Bank of America was one of the banks before they were called Bank of America who insured slave ships?
Right.
They came out in 2016 and apologized for it. But you have people that say there were no slave ships. Well, then why is it on the records of Bank of America before they were Bank of America and Chase Bank, First Federal Bank of Manhattan, before these names changed to what they are now? They used to be called some Jewish company name that insured slave ships coming across America. The documents are in the Smithsonian Museum right now.
Right.
But you have people that say there's black people that say, well, there were no slave ships. Brother, that's how good the white man's game is. He will say something that's not even true. Donald Trump right now says what? The Straits of Hormuz are open. Nigga, gas is $120 a barrel for Brent crude. It's $4 in Kansas City. Gas is going up, and he's saying, no, gas isn't going up. I'm paying more money at the pump. That's how good the white man is. He's so good at lying that you won't even look up what the truth is. He doesn't have anything in fact, and you're just going to take him at his word. He's going to say, no, gas is not $4 a gallon. Oh, I guess gas ain't that high. It's not that expensive. When you look at the pump, it's $4 a gallon. He says it's going down. The economy, brother, Donald Trump had the first State of the Union address, and he said, they want to know, they keep asking me, why do we keep winning? We're winning too much. You know how this dummy talks. We can't stop winning. We're winning too much. They want to know why we keep winning. He said, why we keep, nigga, gas is $4 a gallon in the heart of America. Can you imagine what it is in Los Angeles, California? Because you only imagine what it is in New York. $6 a gallon, $7 a gallon. And this idiot is saying that somebody's coming up to him saying we're winning too much. We're winning too much. The white man is a liar. That's his greatest ability, is to lie. He convinced us that Jesus Christ was a black man. Was a white man. That's how insane a lie. He doesn't even have to pull proof. And then as black people started to get educated, they just looked up the history and said, hold on, Jesus Christ was a Jew. The Jews were Hebrews. They're from the Middle East. There's no one from the Middle East white. The white man said, well, he was olive skin tone. He's green. He's olive. There are no green olives. I'm sorry, there are no green people. Olives are green. There are no green people. There's only black olives and green olives. And this is how heavy his lie is. When the white man said that Jesus is olive skin tone, you didn't even think about the black olive. You thought about the green olive. And you try to convince yourself, well, damn, Jesus may have not even been black. He was green. That's how amazing the white man's lies are. Huh? God damn. Brother, I don't want to say I wish like a lot that good could come. But if we could only do something, if we could just tell the truth as good as the white man lies, we would have more people in these camps out. Because, oh my God, he lies something so insane, it's smooth as butter. That nigga Donald Trump is known for just lying. Every word out of his mouth is a lie. And there are black people who still are like, well, just give Donald Trump a chance as he ends the economy of America. They're giving the American economy. I'm gonna come to you 1 second to come. They're giving the American economy by June the 22nd. They say if something isn't done about the Straits of Hormuz, there goes your food security, there goes your fuel security, there goes your medicine security. They say America is going to look like a third world country in about 2 months, Akim. Now, this isn't hyperbole. This is every Harvard, Yale, and Oxford sociologist, economist, lawyer. This is every educated doctor in the sphere of higher academia who studies this for a living. For 40 and 50 years, they've been studying this longer than we've been living. And they say America has until June 22nd. They say there is not enough oil, that if the Straits of Hormuz, if they don't come to a deal with Iran to open up the Straits of Hormuz to let American cargo ships go by, it's already hurt the economy. And they're saying that every day goes by is a day that they can't take back. It's only hurting the economy more and more. They say if this keeps up to summertime of June, you can kiss, your 401k goodbye. You can kiss it goodbye. And Commander General Yahanna already gave you the order that it might be wise for y'all to kind of look at y'all savings and take some money out y'all savings and invest in farmland, Akim. It might be wise, young man. You coming into the truth, brother. I'm going to share some information with you, brother. If you're thinking that in 40 years, my grandkids are going to live in some great American society, you are mistaken. America don't even have 40 days left, let alone 40 years. Right. Donald Trump may very well be the last president, may very well be. I'm not saying it as fact, That isn't an axiom. I'm making the point of the prophecies of God don't lie. And we
That's
are
right.
living in the third world's war, the end of the world. So just remember that. You might want to look at them 401ks. You might want to look at those Roth RAs. Those, if you were in Esau's military, the what are they called? What was that pension plan for Esau's military? I can't think about it. But you might want to look at that. You got some good money in there. You might want to take it out and invest in fuel, invest in land, lambs, bison, cattle, chickens, invest in some skills. Go pay some course to learn skills because we're going to need it in these last days. And when I say last days, I mean right now. I don't mean you're like, oh, years from now. No, nigga, now. We're living in the last days now. There's not enough oil to go around right now. You're going to see oil shortages by June, is what the economists and what the socialists and what the experts are saying. They're saying by June it's going to look 10 times worse than the oil recession of 1979, 1977. They say it's going to look 10 times worse than that. So if I were you, I would get wise. I would stop looking towards the American dream and believing in the American dream and believe in the truth. And the truth is the white man's empire is over. Barakatha Yahweh. Right. Now Christ is coming back to this kingdom, brother. Ooh wee.
Right.
Barakatha Yahweh. It's coming. It's coming soon. Go ahead, Cucumber Bar. You had something you wanted to say?
Oh yeah, it's like, I was just touching on how you were saying that the white man done got everybody believing that slavery never happened when the entire nation, all the UN, they had a whole meeting about the fact that the transatlantic slave trade was the greatest bad thing that happened in mankind, and the only 2-3 nations voted against it, and we already know who that was: America, Israel, the Israeli government, and Argentina, which is it.
Oh yes, I did see that. I did. Yes.
Yeah. So everybody acknowledges that the greatest atrocity in human history was the transatlantic slave trade, but we got Negroes here in America who would sit here and act like it never happened.
Yeah.
And it's biblical prophecy. So, but
and
I
listen,
yield on that.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Look, and do you know why we believe his lies? You have had to have been in class tonight to know why we believe his lies. Why do we believe his lies, young man?
Oh, because we trust in our enemies.
Give the brother a hand, Doc. Give him a hand. Right. Yes. That's the only thing you could have said. We believe the white man's lies because we trust our enemies. That's why. That's why. Brothers, sisters, we have to stop trusting our enemies. We got to stop listening to these black Christian crooked jackleg preachers that tells us to trust white people and vote and listen to white people. Damn all that. As you can see, all of that voting, all of that marching was in vain because the Supreme Court struck down the Voting Rights Act. The Supreme Court struck down affirmative action and the Civil Rights Bill. So what was all of that marching for? It was for nothing. All of that energy we spent loving white people, that was time, energy we could have spent getting closer to our God. And that's what we're doing in the I.S.U.P.K. We're building a closer relationship with the Most High, our power, so that we can get out of this hell, so that we can get out of here. So with that being said, you brothers go ahead and rock it out. I'm going out the water. Barakatah Yahweh Shah and the water for letting me come on class and teach class. But you brothers can come bar, you got it, you rock it out. All right. With that, shalom, Yahweh Bashem and Shabbat.
Shalom, Yahweh.
Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah.
Yeah, damn right, y'all. Give Officer Malak another hand. You know what I'm saying? Powerful brother in the UPK out of Kansas City. And definitely, we definitely need to not trust our enemies. Because read that again if you could, Baba Kashah.
Khan. Salakia.
because right now it's high times to wake out of sleep, and all they're gonna do is keep lying to you. They're gonna keep lying to you and keep moving the goalposts. You see exactly what they just did with the Southern Poverty Law Center. Whole time the Southern Poverty Law Center has been funding the KKK. But guess what? No, they call us a hate group. They call us an extremist group. They call us a terrorist group. We have done nothing of such nature. All we do is spread the gospel and the good news of the Most High God. You understand? You got that still?
Salakia.
Ecclesiasticus 15 and 12. I mean 12 and 15, Salakia, my bad.
Khan. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. Oh, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right. Just like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You understand? And we got to stop listening to these so-called pastors who trust in our enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because what do? They just want to hear smooth things. You know, and voting was never anything that we were supposed to do. We were always supposed to put someone of our own above us, not a Edomite, not an East Indian. You know, there's damn near more East Indians coming into the politics nowadays than ever before. You know, they also up in your doctor's office. These East Indians is taking over America. You know, and all these nations. Matter of fact, but let's go over here to Deuteronomy. Let me see, Deuteronomy chapter 17. Because we supposed to put someone above us for us, the children of Israel. We should never go down to the voting booth and trying to vote Democrat or Republican. Democrats, we keeping it real, black folks used to vote Republican first, you know, but Lyndon B. Johnson, what he say? He said, I'm gonna have you niggas voting Democrat for the next 100 years, and he ain't never lied. The KKK, who the Southern Poverty Law Center helped fund, they started the Democrat Party back in the day. But yeah, grab that Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
See, we're us as a 12 tribes of Israel, we're supposed to set a king or a ruler over us that is what? Over your own brethren. Not Donald Trump, not Joe Biden, not Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, first of all, she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the sisters, you know what I'm saying? But we know women should not rule over a man. Thus saith the Lord. Women got their part to play in the kingdom except for ruling. You know what I'm saying? But women, they're definitely essential. They do a lot of work behind the scenes, but not ruling over an entire kingdom. You understand? We're supposed to set upon us our king. Read that one more time.
God. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 6. Oh, Salakia. No, 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right. One from among our brethren. Right now, who's our ruler? Is Christ. Christ is the king, king of kings and Lord of lords. And when he comes back and cracks that sky, he's going to dethrone all these wicked kingdoms, all the way from Benjamin Netanyahu, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping, all these other nations. He's going to take all their crown because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, but guess what? Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it.
Right.
And we got to stop listening to these pastors, man, because they're one of the main proponents. And these celebrities, you know, these celebrities like we remember back in the day, what's it, P Diddy, no Diddy, he was talking about vote or die. Yeah, he had everybody thinking that we have to vote or die. But guess what? A lot of people did die and they still voted, for crying out loud. But we got to stop listening to these wicked pastors, man. Let's matter of fact, let's go over here to the book of Jeremiah chapter 23. Because it's going to tell you that what did you say? America, Babylon is falling. No one said anything about 40 days. You understand? No one knows the day or the hour. But definitely Babylon is falling. You can see it right now. You can see the economy crashing right before your eyes. Just like Officer Malak said, guess what? Gas is this high. You gonna every social security, anything that they thought the provisions they had for our people, it's all going down the drain. These people, they building up bunkers and doomsday shelters. Matter of fact, let me get this video real quick. They know that America's crashing. Let me see this. The white man knows. Let me get this video real quick. They already know what time it is. They trying to hide in the clefts of the rocks, just like how Esau is. Let me share this real quick. Yeah, they already here we go. Oh damn, the sound ain't working. Salakia, let me refresh it.
Underground storage has begun. All the vehicles are moving in. We got the families moving into place. This is the mine where we're going to be held up for months. We're preparing, man. I told you, we had to get ready for what was coming. So we've got our families and stuff. Food storage is good up. We're packed up pretty tight in here, but it's going to be good to go, man. I mean, better safe than sorry. So we're getting loaded up. Everybody's moving in. We have different families in different sections. Right on. You got to be prepared. We've reinforced this just in case of any blast up above. But we are literally under a mountain here. You got to be ready for what's to come, people. And we are. Right on?
Yeah, see, the white man is the devil. They think they're going to hide in these expensive bunkers underground. You know, and yeah, damn right. Yeah, the UFOs, which is a chariot of God, they're going to come and deliver the children of Israel out of this captivity when them bombs hit.
That's right.
When Babylon gets destroyed by thermonuclear hellfire. You understand? Because in 1 hour shall the beast be torn down. That great kingdom, like it says in Revelations. But right now, it's telling you it's time to wake out of sleep. Stop listening to these wicked pastors. Stop listening to these celebrities and these old fake blackity black groups and these wannabe woke people. They don't know what's going on. You need to listen to the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, who's breaking down these prophecies to you. So let's get Jeremiah 23:1. Guess what? Your pastors ain't even saying nothing no more. You don't hear them talking about Hormuz. You don't hear them talking about World War III. You don't hear them talking about Iran, nothing. All they're gonna do is just try to get your bread. Let's get it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
See, woe be unto them pastors, man. Like Martin Luther King, like all these wicked pastors. They scattered our people. They try to put us in the integration and try to give us into the hands of our enemies. They scattered us amongst the heathen. When this whole time we could have been building ourselves, gathering ourselves together, oh nation not desire. But no, you know what you was too busy doing? You too busy rallying behind a devil that's a 45-time convicted felon who is on the Epstein list. You understand? Keep reading.
Therefore, thus saith the Most High God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people: Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Most High God.
See, the Lord's gonna visit these pastors the same way he's gonna visit these other wicked nations, because they are in bed with them. They have trusted the enemy.
Right.
You understand? They have went up against the Lord and thought it was cool to lie down with the enemy. You understand? Yeah, America got an internal war going on too. What do you think the Civil War was about? A nation divided against itself won't stand. Iran is going to go down too. All these nations is going down. Iran, America, Europe, Ethiopia. When all the dust settles, you know who's going to be rising up out of the ashes? Yasha. You understand? Yasha Allah is going to be standing, not Vladimir Putin, not Benjamin Netanyahu, not any of these nations. We're going to come rising out the ashes with our king Yahweh Shai standing on top. You understand? That's exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
Matter of fact, it says it right here in this same chapter. Let's see. Let's get it. Let's go down. Yeah, verse 5.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
See, he's going to execute judgment and justice in the earth. There hasn't been no righteous judgment, no righteous justice in the earth until this time. You understand? The Lord is going to raise unto David a righteous branch. That's Yahweh Shai. Like the prophecy says that David, through his seed, shall someone sit on the throne. And he's going to execute judgment and justice, not us voting. He didn't say, oh, behold, the days come where you're going to use the Civil Rights Act and vote somebody in to give you justice and get reparations. Like we just talked about, the United Nations and all that council they had the chance to declare the transatlantic slave trade as the most horrific atrocity in world history. But guess what? They wouldn't even give you that. Right. But no sweat. We don't even need we don't need you to acknowledge it. Matter of fact, the Lord has hardened the heart of Pharaoh. The same way he hardened the heart of Pharaoh is the same way he hardened the heart of America and all the individuals in America. And you're gonna be destroyed with it. You want to matter of fact, get that though hand joined in hand. Proverbs chapter 11. You want to hold hands with your oppressor, guess what? You gonna be destroyed with them. Go ahead and get down there and vote. Get down there and put on your MAGA hat or whatever. We don't give a damn. But though hand join in hand, the wicked will not be unpunished. Proverbs chapter 11 and 21. But there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? This is the same thing that happened in the days of old, and it's happening again.
Right.
Yeah, read.
There's Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
See, the wicked will not be unpunished, even though you want to join hand with Donald Trump and the Democrats or the Republicans or the left wing, the right wing, whatever the case may be. Guess what? The wicked will not be unpunished. And if you join the hands with the wicked, you wicked with them.
Right.
Like, come on. Straight up. Yeah, damn right. The Black American Holocaust, which is captivity, yeah, is the worst atrocity. But you don't know what they did to us. That's why you're holding hands with racist Mexicans. Listen, you worried about us standing up for our Northern tribe brothers and sisters, but you hold a hand with the white man. But guess what? There's coon Mexicans just like there's coon niggas.
Right.
And guess what? Y'all all gonna fall in the ditch. That's why us daily and weekly, week in and week out, you know, we go to camp, we online trying to wake up our brothers and sisters so you could come out of that mindset. You know what I mean? And this is what we're here to do. But let's go over here to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. Because this ain't nothing new under the sun. We're going to show you how just in history, there was wicked men, coons, Uncle Ruckuses, who went out and did the same thing. They thought we was going to vote our way to the top. But voting ain't never did nothing for us. Right now, we need to gather ourselves together, old nation, not desire, and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Return to the Most High God, Yahweh, and He will bring us up out of this low estate that we've been in, man.
What chapter and verse? Salakia.
Salakia 1 and 11. 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11.
Khan on Khan. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
See, there's wicked men, Salakia. Yeah, there's wicked men out of Israel. You understand? And at this point in time, it was just the southern kingdom. So there was wicked niggas who was like, you know what? We're going to make a covenant with the heathen. Let's go vote. Yeah, let's go vote for Donald Trump. That's what you did. Yeah, you probably reincarnated and came right back from this same time. A lot of y'all, there's a lot of brothers and sisters out here who, and now they seeing what's happening, and they getting online and they retracting all that. They're like, man, you know what? I apologize for even endorsing this devil. Right. You understand? Especially them the I.S.U.P.K, who the Mexicans for Trump or Latinos for Trump. Now look, now half of y'all done got deported back, put in the ICE cages and all types of mess. You understand? Read that again.
1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we had much sorrow.
Right. See, you love your enemies so much that just because you can't even withstand a little bit of turmoil. You know what I'm saying? When we separate from the enemy, now they like, man, you know what? Since we separated, things been bad in the black community. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a little. It's gonna be a little turmoil. It's like a woman giving birth. You got to go through the birthing pains to become a new nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go through that. But guess what? There's wicked men who went up out of our people and said, guess what? Let's make a covenant with the heathen. Let's try to set up some type of policies in politics. Put on that tight suit and go out there and voting or whatnot, speaking smooth things. Like the pastors and these politicians, they damn near one and the same. But our people, they love that smooth talk. You know what I'm saying? They love to hear that smooth talk. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. That's what we love. We don't want to hear, you don't want to hear that rough talk. Like Officer Malak was saying, when we get out there and try to tell our people, oh man, you got to stop being prostitutes. You got to stop selling drugs. You got to stop doing drugs. You got to stop being a homo. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop loving white women. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear smooth things. Like, guess what? You can do what you want. Yeah, what I say? Isaiah chapter 30. Start at verse 8. Let's see what that sound like.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 8. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. Verse 9.
So the Lord's telling Isaiah to write this down in a book, scripture, so we can read this to this day. Exactly how our people was back then, this is how they is now. Keep reading.
Verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High.
See, this is a rebellious people, lying children. You don't want to hear the law of the Most High God. We tell you to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Stop celebrating Christmas. Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobsters. Stop loving your oppressor. Stop voting for your oppressor, thinking that that's gonna change something. But guess what? You think it was gonna change? There ain't nothing changing. Keep reading.
Verse 10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Right. See, they tell to the men of the Lord, man, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear right things. We don't want to hear that we can't celebrate our birthday no more. We don't want to hear that we can't celebrate Mother's Day. God forbid you don't celebrate Mother's Day. Ain't what that's coming up. I think that's the next fake holiday that's coming up. They don't want to hear that you got to go to the Lord's Passover. They don't want to hear you got to pay your Passover fee. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that you got to stop loving Africans. That you ain't African. They don't want to hear that. Keep reading.
Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
Right. Yeah, they want to hear the smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Tell us that America's going to last forever. We're going to make America great again. Tell us that. Tell us that, guess what? Donald Trump is the president of peace. He's going to make everything right. He gonna make the gas prices. Matter of fact, the gas prices ain't even went up. Tell them that. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear smooth things. They want you to believe that you wasn't never even in slavery. Your great-great-grandmother never went in slavery. That's what they want you to believe.
Right.
They want you to believe that our Mexican brothers and sisters is our enemy. But guess what? The white man is your friend. That's what they want you to believe. They want to hear smooth things. Keep going.
Verse 11. Get you out of the way. turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
See, that's what they say. They say, get up out of the way, you brothers in the UPK. We don't want to hear that truth. Why y'all on the corner? Y'all just hooping and hollering. Y'all yelling at us, telling us this and this and that. Get up out the way. They don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
Because you still want to lay down with your oppressor. You want to be in the daughter of Babylon and just living your best life. You just want to do what you want to do every day. You want to party, pop pills, twerk. You know what I mean? And what they just got a new thing coming out, like because of Megan Thee Stallion, right? See, they don't want to hear that Megan Thee Stallion should have stayed with her man, even though he got another woman. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear smooth things like, guess what? We're going to start a new thing called Cheat First. Good night. What type of madness is that? But nah, they don't want to hear, hey, guess what? Klay Thompson or whatever his name is, guess what? He got a right to get a new wife. And guess what, Megan? You must stay with him. And you can't divorce him. They want to hear smooth things. Like, guess what? Go ahead, girl. Go get you another nigga. Matter of fact, cheat first. Come on. What type of madness is that? But we're going to tell you the truth in the UPK. Run that back. Read that again.
Verse 11. Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perserveness, and stay thereon.
You trust on oppression and perverseness. That means you love being oppressed. You love being up in this wicked kingdom. You love it just like how it was. What did they just do, the civil rights thing? Matter of fact, let's play the video. You love this oppression. You want to keep voting for Donald Trump. You're going to keep doing whatever you want to do instead of changing for the Most High God. Instead of putting away Christianity, putting away Buddhism. Some of these niggas is, I don't even see how nigga become a Buddhist. Like what was her name? Tina Turner. Tina Turner became a Buddhist. What's his name? Russell Wilson. I mean, not Russell Wilson, but what's the dude who did the damn, I forgot his name. The baby fat girl's husband. Russell Simmons, Salaki. Russell Simmons, he's a Buddhist too. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The Buddhist monks, they out here allegedly walking for peace or selling pounds. Good night. But yeah, listen, you trust on oppression, they just gonna take everything from you. But who gives a damn? Because voting didn't do nothing for us anyway. Let's play that clip real quick. Fair use, we're using this for educational purposes.
This is an ABC News special report.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. We're coming on the air because the Supreme Court has just released a major decision which could have a profound impact on the midterm elections. The justices issuing a ruling on a case out of Louisiana involving the Voting Rights Act, redistricting, and whether states must end any consideration of race when redrawing congressional maps. The decision potentially reducing the influence of minority voters and minority representation in Congress. Let's get right to our senior Washington correspondent, Devin Dwyer, who covers the Supreme Court for us. Devin.
Kira, this decision is 6-3, written by Justice Samuel Alito, and it's a significant decision and a setback for the landmark Voting Rights Act of 1965, which was passed to guarantee equality in how we vote, and of course addressing the systemic and historic racial discrimination, especially across the South. This decision came
Yeah, even though there's only 2 of them on there, but guess what? Thomas, he's a coon. Why would you vote against that? You know what I'm saying? Or for that, whatever, which way it was. Because he's what it said. I meant to told you to hold that. Well, matter of fact, let's just read Jeremiah 23. I mean, not Jeremiah, but Isaiah again. Read where it says, because you trust on oppression.
God.
I mean, in Isaiah, Salakia, where we was at in Isaiah 30, where it said you trust in perverseness and oppression.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness.
Right, you despise this word and you trust in oppression. See, this is what you voted against or voted for, whatever the case may be, to overturn the Voting Rights Act. Ain't nothing gonna come good of it, but more oppression.
Right.
That's exactly what it's gonna be. And just like it said in 1 Maccabees 1:11, where it says, there went out of men out of Israel, wicked men, who said what? It said, let us make a covenant with the heathen. That's exactly what's going on. Keep reading on that.
And stay thereon. Verse 13. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
See, this iniquity is going to be to you as a breach ready to fall. What is a breach ready to fall? It's like a dam. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going to come crumbling down right in front of you. And that's exactly what America's going to do. America is about to fall. And it's already fallen. The economy is being shut down. Sooner or later, like we was talking about earlier, guess what? America's gonna be like there in the Great Depression again.
Right.
It's gonna be like Great Depression. It's gonna be war, civil wars, injustices. You know what I'm saying? More racism, race riots. And it's gonna be like the fuck around, be like the Dust Bowl again. I don't know if y'all remember the Dust Bowl, but guess what? The Dust Bowl was a time where America, is the whole Midwest, where everything, or like even the southern, some of the southern regions, where a lot of crops and shit was being grown, because the white man is so much the devil, they don't even know how to cultivate the land good enough, that it was just a drought. It was a plague from the Lord. You understand? You want to harden your heart against the enemy. I mean, you want to harden your heart against the children of Israel. The Lord's going to send plagues, more tornadoes, more earthquakes, more hurricanes. Just wait till hurricane season comes. Woo! Each year, it seemed like hurricanes getting worse and worse. Last year, one of the strongest hurricanes in hurricane history hit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But guess what? We need to gather ourselves together, O nation not desire. That's what we need to do. Don't trust in oppression. Never trust thine enemies. Because you trust in oppression and perverseness, this shall be as a breach ready to fall. Read that again. Verse 12, I think that was.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
It's gonna come suddenly at an instant. We need to put our king above this. Stop trying to vote in and thinking that these politicians have anything to do with you when they don't. These pastors, these politicians, none of them do. Now matter of fact, let's go back to Jeremiah 23, because that's who's gonna save us. You understand? That's who's gonna save us when because of Donald Trump is in America, and the small hats, they got their agenda to try to take over the Middle East with their greater Israel agenda, trying to force a fake prophecy. Like they're going to gain the entire land that was promised to the rightful heirs of the kingdom from the Nile River all the way to the Euphrates River. They're trying to force a false prophecy. And because of that, the other nations ain't liking it. They're going to go to war behind this. And the Lord's putting it in their spirit to do so. So now let's read that again in Jeremiah 23 and 23 and 5. Matter of fact, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, start at 5.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Right. He's going to execute this justice in the earth. That's exactly what's going to happen. And when he comes, that's when all hell's breaking loose. That's when World War III is going on, the Valley of Decision. All the nations are going to be there getting judged by the Lord. Keep reading.
Verse 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely.
See, in those days, Judah, which is the southern kingdom, and Israel, the northern kingdom, are Latino brothers and sisters. We're going to be saved. We're going to dwell safely. While they over here digging in the holes, digging in the mountains and doing bunkers and shit, thinking they're going to escape judgment. Guess what? We're going to dwell safely. Keep reading.
And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Most High God, our righteousness.
Keep reading.
Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High God, that they shall no more say, the Most High God liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right. See, the days come that no more will it be said that the Lord liveth that brought up the children out of the land of Egypt. Why is it saying that? It's because that was one of the most remarkable times of salvation besides Noah's Ark. The one after that was when we was saved out of the land of Egypt. You understand? But no more will that be said. Read.
No
the next
more.
verse.
Verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of where?
Out of the north country.
Listen, behold, the days will come that the Lord liveth, which brought up, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. What is the north country? That's North America. This is how popular it is going to be. The salvation, they're going to see the strangeness of our salvation, because we're going to be saved by the chariots of God. You understand? We're going to be saved by the chariots of God, and no one's going to be remembering when Moses delivered us through the Red Sea no more. That's going to be nothing. It's going to be like, what? Read that again.
Salakia. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of the north country. And keep reading.
And from all countries whither I had driven them.
See, we were spread throughout the four corners of the earth. So the Lord is going to deliver us out of all these countries. But the first one he's coming to is where? The North Country, North America, because that's where primarily the children of Judah is at right now through the transatlantic slave trade, which a lot of these Uncle Ruckus ass niggas claim never happened. The white man even says it. They denied what had happened. But the Lord's going to punish this Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, who is Esau, and he's going to deliver us out of the north country and out of all the countries where he driven us. That would be what? Jamaica, what? Haiti, Mexico, Guatemala, Venezuela, the North, South, Central Americas. And guess what? What does it say? And they will dwell in their own land.
God.
We ain't going to be living in captivity no more. You understand? It says he will what? He will raise unto David a righteous branch. That's Hamashiach Yahushua. We ain't voting that in. Ain't nobody voting. Ain't no congressional acts. Ain't no midterm elections. No, the Lord is going to put this in place. And he's going to reign with a rod of iron and beat to the nations into powder. You understand? This is not this ain't going to be no asking. We doing this by force.
God.
Let me see if there was it on that. Yeah. But guess what? You want to keep listening to these false prophets to matter of fact, let's drop down because this one talks about how let me see. Let me see. Yeah, let's drop down Salakia. Yeah, Jeremiah 23 and drop down to verse 25.
Khan out on Khan.
Because speaking of the Voting Rights Act or whatnot, see that who was that pushed by? That was pushed by your beloved Martin Luther King. They done resurrected in every hood. There's a street after Martin Luther King, just so you can remember to be docile like Martin Luther King. Because what did he do? He talked to you smooth things. But even him, before his days was gone, he realized, he said, what? I would get the video, but I'm not. He said, I'm afraid I done led my people into a burning building.
Right.
And he was right. You understand? But yeah, read that. Which one I just say, 25?
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 25. I have heard what the prophet said that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
Listen, he was a false prophet who prophesied lies in the Most High God's name. And his most famous speech ever was, I have a dream, I have a dream. And he lied to us so good that for the white man and his dollar bill and for the white woman that he was laying up with in the cut, you understand, that he would go to our people and say, what?
I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
He said, I have dreamed, I have dreamed.
Khan.
And what was his dream? His dream was that little white boys and black boys should hold hands and we should not be judged by the content of our character, but the whatever the speech.
Right.
But he had told lies in the name in the name of God, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. He sold us a false hope with the civil rights bill, but guess what? It didn't mean nothing anyway. Because ain't nothing ever been coming good up out of that. The only thing that people swear up and down that was so good was Obama. Well, you know how most black people got a poster in the house that says Rosa Parks sat so Martin could walk, and then Martin walked so Obama could run. You know what I'm saying? Like all that old bullshit.
Right.
And then Obama ran so we could fly in the name of Jesus. And I bet money if one of you black folks right now probably got that picture right on your wall. If you in the world, when in reality you need a picture of the generals, Commanding General Yahanna on your wall. That's what you really need, because he's the only one that's standing up for black people in the best way. He's not gonna talk to you smooth things. He's the one that's what it say, get the Lord of Israel out of my way. We don't want to hear that, because you are a lying children, a rebellious children who trust in oppression. Let me see, is there more than that? Yeah, just you could read the next verse.
Verse 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yeah, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Verse 27. Right. Salakia.
No, yeah, you are a prophet of the deceit of your own heart, from your own lust, because you want to join in hand. You want to join with your oppressor. You want to trust in oppression. You want to trust in the voting system. You talk about Donald Trump is going to be the Prince of Peace. Good night. And he's going to be your savior. And he knows it. He knows that's how you feel. That's why he just did that meme where he was looking like Jesus himself, the white Jesus to be exact. And we know that the Lord and Savior is a man from the tribe of Judah with hair like wool and skin as bronze like it was burnt in the furnace, and its vessel shall be dipped in blood. Matter of fact, yeah. Oh, never mind. But yeah, keep reading.
Verse 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
See, you forgotten the name, and they made you went to sleep by their dreams. I have a dream. We're gonna get out there and vote. We're gonna do this. Man, guess what? The white man took it's like a breach ready to fall. You're gonna sweep it right from under your rug. The rug right under your feet. So right now, man, it's hard times to wake out of sleep. It's time for us to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Get right with your brothers and sisters here in the I.S.U.P.K. Whatever city you in, wherever you at, you need to go ahead and look up the nearest school near you. You know what I'm saying? You a sister, get your head wrapped, you know what I'm saying? And say, Khan, I don't want Khan. You a brother, put on them boots. Boot up or shut up. That's what you need to do. And yeah, also for all you so-called Trump supporters and you love America so much, I need you to get out there and go fight them. You see, they got they done raised up the enlistment age. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you might as well put your boots on and go over there and pick up a strap. That's what you need to do. Or get in here, get in, boot up, and get in this class and come to the UPK and be a soldier for the Lord. You got to pick a side. Don't be straddling the fence. Straight up. because this nation is divided, and a nation divided will not stand. It's Babylon is falling, it's falling.
Right.
I pray you understand. And with that, I pass the class over to young man.
This is the security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teachers will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashara, which means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny or any increase the Most High gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. And for the priest fund, free will offering for priests, it's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. And upcoming holy convocations, I believe the next one, the Feast of First Fruits, May 20th, which is on a Sunday.
Yep. Yeah, the Feast of First Fruits, that's the next holy day. Yeah, May 20th at sundown, which is a Sunday. Definitely reach out to your nearest camp leader or who whatnot and figure out what the plan is. You know how we do. We're gonna get together, we're gonna feast. And we break down these scriptures. Salakia, go ahead.
And Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.
Yep, and then right now, after you read the security announcements, what you would do, you would say, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. And then, so go ahead and say that.
A courtesy salute to the teacher.
And then you'll say, Men of Israel, Amajim, which means to stand.
Men of Israel, Amajim.
And then Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barak. Yazmatah, hands down. Sar means turn. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Amajim, what means to stand.
Amajim.
Amajim Shabbat.
Amajim Shabbat.
Amajim Barak.
Amajim Barak.
Yahweh
Shamar al-Tham Bashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shamar al-Tham Bashem Yahushua.
Yazmatah class dismissed.
That's right.
Damn right. Good job, young man. Most High in Christ.
Most High in Christ.
Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate you know who the speech, man. I'll break it down right quick. Don't forget it. One who West in my brain, one who West in my heart, one who West when I finish, one who West when I start. Big Sean,
big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun young and down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak with a bin shot ya. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect. Pay homage that I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood. Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart.
Go ahead, though. Run it back.
Yeah, so we got heavy content with Officer Design and Officer Kakam, you know what I'm saying, on Tuesdays. We get that going on, you know what I'm saying.
Destruction is on the way, man. That lake of fire is right here.
You never know who we gonna have on here, man. But you
never know.
You can't expect Priest and Officer Kakam, man. He gonna be on here faithfully.